in place, you start using social media so that it works. What does amplification look like? How can we actually scale organic social media so that it brings us clients on repeat? And as we're approaching summertime, how can we set our business up today? I'll be giving you a 60-day blueprint, what you need to be doing today so that you can be chilling in the summertime and making sure that your social media sales machine is working for you, unlike other summers before where you may have been scrambling and hoping that things, that the customers would come in and not really being able to enjoy your time. For me, I've been a business owner for the last 20 years. I've definitely had many, many, many seasons in my business, including seasons where summers felt a little tight, and ultimately, and there's a lot of other times that felt tight too, but ultimately, out of all of my 20 years of experience, one of the most valuable lessons is really approaching your business long-term thinking. You're all in. You want this business to succeed. And instead of you waking up every day and being like, you know what, business, you show me first if we're gonna be successful here and if this is a long-term thing, or you show up knowing it's gonna be a long-term thing, treating it like a long-term thing, and well, guess what happens? It becomes a long-term thing. So today we're gonna be talking. I gotta do something over here real quick for social media. Nice to see everybody out there on social. Love to see ya. Um, and so today we're gonna be talking all about that. A big hey everybody, nice to see ya. Um, a big shout out to everybody who has already scheduled a social media strategy session with me. I love action takers, and I get excited because it is one of the things I like to do most in this business because I'm so passionate about outlining the clarity for you, where you're at for your business, and how you can actually start generating leads on social media today. And that 30-minute session with me, that social media strategy session, does just that. It takes the whole social media sales machine that we have been working on together all week, and I apply it directly to your business. You leave with more clarity around your one true client. You leave with more clarity about the system and how you need to be showing up on social media and how to generate sales. And you leave knowing how to convert instead of just showing up on social media, hoping and praying that people will buy from you. It's not that simple, and they won't. And it doesn't, I have a new client, and she came in. She's been posting on social media consistently for 3 years. She has not missed a day. She goes 5 days a week, but she always stayed the same. When asked, hey, what are the benefits of social media? How has that been going? You've been posting consistently for 3 years. That's amazing. She's like, you know, maybe it has brought in some customers. I think it's probably nurtured some of my current clientele. But as far as having a system or depending on social media for high quality sales and dependable sales, hasn't really done that. So even if you are a business owner who has cracked the code on consistency, like my client here, which, by the way, working with us for 1 month, she's generated over $15,000 on social media. Okay, that's pretty amazing for 1 month. I can't even imagine what's going to happen for her when she hits the 6-month mark. She'll literally have a machine. But ultimately, even if you crack the code on being consistent, which you got to crack that code. Most business owners can't crack that code. And it's hard for them because they can't end up posting on social media consistently. That's why, as part of our services, we actually send you talking points. We actually interview you for an hour a month, and we take that interview and we create 30 days of high converting content from a 1-hour interview. And this content, it's super professional, okay? It speaks to your ideal client. It increases engagement. It allows for conversion, and it is so good. And so business owners who struggle being consistent on social media, well, they really benefit from that 1-hour interview because ultimately they just have to show up for an hour in their expertise, and we take care of the rest. Now, there's so much more that we do here in the agency to help business owners like you really scale with social media. We have a whole system in play where you can scale these relationships. You can scale what you're doing on social media, create a proven sales system, and then scale that. I guess today is called Scaling Friday because I keep saying it. And it's really, one of my favorite sayings is this, okay? Listen up. What got you here will not get you there. So most of you are really already so successful in business. You're generating customers, you're getting referrals, and you're kind of at this place where you're like, I am hustling way too hard. Where is that ease? And if that is you, you need an energy change. Because as entrepreneurs, and pat yourself on the back, I was the same way. The reason why you're even here is because of that fire that you have, that ability to step forward and take action and do what needs to be done, unlike other people who decide to watch Netflix. Like, I mean, unless they're watching the show I was on, which is totally okay. That's like homework, okay? But the fire that you have and your ability to inspire people and move people and do your work got you here. But it does, and like this was hard for me to face when I first started my when I finally had to face this in my business. This was about 5 years in. And it was like, I'm done hustling. I have to basically become a different person. I have to adopt some other qualities here in order to get me to the next level. And that is being okay with leaving hustle culture behind and knowing that you're always white knuckling it, and instead coming in with a long-term plan, being committed to the business for a long term, and knowing it's slow and steady wins the race when it comes to business. And that's what it's about. And it's a different energy. It's a planned energy. It's a strategic energy. It's a knowing and an energy of belief that what you're creating now will be amazing now and also in the future, because you're taking it step by step. Because ultimately, okay, business ownership and like entrepreneur, like it's not about all of the flashy new ideas and always having something new. That is very exciting. That gives us business owners a real dopamine hit when we can actually like be inspired and create. But there is a very specific set of business rules. Okay. They don't, Shauna doesn't have an MBA for no reason. They teach this in MBA school because if you follow the rules, then you can have a successful business. And if you don't know the rules, or if you're just shooting from the hip about the rules, it doesn't work out that great, especially in today's economy. AI is changing the game. As we've talked about, your competitors are out there. They're savvy. COVID changed the entire thing because now everybody's selling something online. So consumers are like, I'm scared now. But even with all of that, if you follow the business rules, you can have a successful business. And that's what we're teaching here on the Social Media Sales Machine, is the rules around generating a high quality lead source, all from social media. Hey, everybody. So nice to see you. Love seeing everybody on social media and in the Zoom room. If you're having a great Friday, please drop an emoji in the comments. I want to know how everybody's Friday is going. So today we're talking about your social media sales strategy for quarter two success. It's a real interesting time right now to be an online business owner, especially here in the States. So most of the people that are in this audience are in the States. I know there's a lot of big question marks in the States. There's a lot going on. Okay, I won't get into the politics of it because we all have our own opinions, but I think we can all agree on one thing for once in our lives, and that is things feel a little uncertain. I'm not real sure. We haven't been here before. I'm not sure what's ahead. And what most business owners are doing right now is they're hiding. They're pulling back. They're afraid. They don't want to invest. They'll wait till later. They're hoarding their money. And I've been through this enough over the past 20 years. Yeah, not stuff that looked just like this, but stuff that scared me as much. And here's what I learned. It is right now, it's an opportunity. There's a huge opportunity here because your competitors, they're hiding. Okay, they're scared. And now the field is open and you have the ability to invest in yourself, to make moves when nobody else is brave enough to make that move. And it will pay off. It has always paid off when I've done that for my customers as well. It's an opportunity. Do not do what everybody else is doing. Instead, just step ahead, understand and have faith in what you're doing. And there is amazing, amazing opportunity right now for your business, especially on social media, especially with generating high quality clients. So today, I have some objectives. This is what we are going to be diving into today. How do we actually align our time with profit producing activities? Okay. I am a mother of 3 beautiful children. I want to spend as much time with them as possible. And so I don't want to be working all of the time. As much as I love business, and you guys probably can see this because like I get real excited when I talk. I could be like if I did not have children, I could be sitting at my computer being happy forever. But because of my priorities and what I want in my life, I have set my business up so I can be at all the activities so that I'm only spending my time in the business doing profit producing activities. I'll share with you what those are. We're going to map out your next 90 days using the social media sales machine framework because here's the thing. And as I've helped hundreds of people just like you, this is what I know for a fact. If you're not consistently generating clients on social media right now, okay, and you've been posting sporadically, you've been kind of speaking, maybe you have a book, you have what I call the marketing washing machine, like you've been trying all these things, you have a lot of clients that you're sitting on. You just cannot see them. You don't know how to access them. You don't know how to activate them. But every business owner we work with has unseen clients and revenue opportunities that they just can't see because you cannot see the label from within the jar. You're too close to it. And so coming to a third party like me, hopping on a social media sales strategy session call, which Emily, please drop the link. I think there's only a few availabilities left, but jumping on that call, I can find those opportunities for you. Today, we're mapping that out and then show how to amplify results with support. Okay. We're going to grow with the right content. We're going to grow with the right platforms. And I want to make sure that you're not just leaving here with a to-do list, but you're leaving here today with a strategy that fits your season, your revenue goals, and your bandwidth. So loving the fire emojis coming in on Friday. I do love Fridays, okay? I do love Fridays. I really do. Now, let's talk a little bit about quarter 2. We're in quarter 2. If you're not viewing your business from a quarter situation, you got to, okay? Like this is called long-term planning. So quarter 1 is still where people are figuring out their year. It can be really messy. Some of them are not really ready to start new projects and to start new work. But quarter 2, I'm telling you, okay? Routines settle, buyers start paying attention. People who are watching are absolutely ready to move. And this window right here where we're starting in May, you can't put this off. It starts today, okay? It matters what you do now, okay? So if quarter 1 was chaotic, this is your reset. And if quarter 1 felt strong, this is your moment to double down because there is a big opportunity for consistent sales right now in quarter 2. So let's look a little bit here at what slows growth in quarter 2. Let's name some of these patterns that keep businesses stuck even when things are working. You can still be stuck. And I want to talk about patterns a little bit because Your business is a pattern. Everything you do is a pattern. Like habits and what you do and how you think and how you go in life and in business, it's just a pattern. These are all pre-programmed into us since we were children. And 90% of what we're doing every day is just pre-programmed. We're just like robots walking through the day about 90% of the time. And so a hack for growing your business and getting more sales on social media is recognizing these patterns and being like, pattern, we're not doing that this time. We're doing something different. And you can break free from these patterns and they can make a really big, huge difference for your business. So what are some of these patterns that's going to slow your growth? Oh, this one, okay? Let's hear it in the comments. Learning without implementation. And this is a real big problem for business owners because and founders and people who like to create, because every time you're learning and actually not applying, you're learning how to swim instead of actually being in the water, you're getting some dopamine hits, you're creating, you're learning something new, you're seeing, oh my gosh, there's so much ability to have amazing things here. Like it's painting a picture for you when you're doing all the learning. But if you don't implement, I mean, you're not going to embody that learning. You're not going to be able to apply. You're not going to be able to learn your own lessons around it and actually apply it to your business. So learning can definitely get in the way. And that's part of why we offer the social media strategy session call, so you can actually start implementing instead of thinking, you know what, I'll just take another masterclass or take another webinar. No, take action. Get on that call. That's your first step to action. The second, we've talked a lot about that during our social media sales machine workshop, which is content without conversion. You're posting content, you're hoping and praying it'll convert, but you actually don't have a plan. You have no strategy. Your strategy is hoping and praying. Yeah, that's not going to work, especially for quarter two. What you need is a conversion plan. I've laid that out here in the workshop, both with the next step marketing and your invite only event. Okay. And then remembering that complexity equals burnout. This is the moment right now in quarter two to simplify everything. Stop overthinking, stop overteaching, stop doing more than what is needed. You don't need everything. You really only need just the right things. And that's how you're going to succeed in quarter two. Okay, so let's revisit our friend here, our darling friend here, the social media sales machine system. Okay, we've talked a lot about this week. If you're leaving with one thing from our time together, it is that content is not enough, that you will never be able to post consistent content enough to make a difference if you're a business owner. And there's a huge difference between being a business owner and being an influencer. Okay. I have a client. She is a stylist, and she was posting on social media as a stylist. Okay. So she was posting like outfits of the day, which got a ton of engagement. Okay, she's posting like an influencer. People love seeing her outfit of the day, but what she really ultimately wanted was stylist work. She's a stylist consultant. But she realized that's influencer content. She came to me. We helped her outline her business content, which is different than outfit of the day. Okay, she might still be posting the outfit of the day, but there is a whole lot more authority and positioning that goes into what she is posting so she can actually generate sales. It's very different, but it is a very good lens on the difference between posting as a business owner and an influencer. So now she's with us. She's having consistent 20K months as a stylist. And the audience is different, right? Like the people who follow her for the outfit of the day, they're not business owners. They're not entrepreneurs. They're not speakers who want to dress for success and learn how to dress from the inside out. They're people who like fashion. And there's a big difference between those two people and how you're showing up on social media. So you want to follow the sales machine and not just focus on content. Okay. You also have that engagement. It's called social media. You're meeting people, guys. You're not just waiting for people to reach out to you. You're meeting them. conversion, a plan to actually take them from engagement and interest to the next step, and then amplify, which is what we're talking about today. And of course, we can't go anywhere without mentioning the one true client. Please, please, okay? Write your one true client on a Post-it note. 20 years in, guys, and we still consistently reference our one true client that is on our Post-it note when we do these workshops. Every time we do one of these workshops, we revisit, is this still our one true client? Have we worked with anybody else we want to attract more of? What are we saying in this workshop? What are we saying on social? Does it appeal to this person? Can I be empathetic about what this person is hearing and seeing and feeling and their problems, and actually put myself in their position and make sure my content and everything speaks to them? Instead of what a lot of small business owners do, at least when they're starting, is they feel like social media is a platform about them, for them, to highlight them. It's a little ego driven, okay? And us founders and business owners, we like a little ego in the mix. But ultimately, if that is what's coming out, and this is about you and not your audience, the prospects, your customers, it comes through on social media, and it's really holding you back. Hey, everybody, nice to see you. Okay. Let's talk now about profit-producing activities for those individuals who are under $250,000. So this is the energy thing I was talking about earlier. The energy that got you here will not get you there. When you're in this more building phase, okay, you're under 250K, it looks a lot different than when you're over 250K in your business. So if you're working towards that first multi-six-figure mark, here is where your time should go. Take a note. Take a picture of these slides. I'm telling you what to do. Now, before I finish though, okay, before I finish this slide, what I'm about to tell you is not the sexiest thing. It is not go to Canva and create the most beautiful slide deck that's ever been created, and that is how you will get customers. What I'm about to show you here is stuff you don't want to do, stuff you're probably putting off, stuff that most people are afraid of doing and will put off every single day and not do it, and convince themselves and brainwash themselves that actually whatever you're busying yourself with in your business that isn't this is what you should be doing. It's all lies, okay? It's your ego protecting you from actually stepping forward, being visible, putting yourself out there, and ultimately boiled down, okay, rejection. Nobody likes to be rejected. When you're on social media, when you're doing sales, when you're doing all these things, you're literally putting yourself up for rejection. And so your ego will do anything to stop you from doing that, including these high priority tasks that if you just focused on those in Q2, you would not have the sales problems that you are currently experiencing, okay? Daily outreach and follow-ups, video content at least 2 days a week, other content filling 5 days a week, okay? You got to be on video. You have to be doing these talking heads, and then one offer and one path to buy. Stop reinventing the wheel. Your audience need clarity and not options, and you need a proven social media and sales system that you can perfect and iterate on, very similar to what I talked about in the invite-only event portion. Now, what's going to mess you up under 250K, okay, is number one, perfectionism. You think that everything, including your videos and your thumbnails and your captions, they all have to be so perfect, okay? So you spend a lot of time editing and reworking and making sure that this content and these reach outs are from the soul and they are a perfect representation of what it is inside of you. You're wasting time, okay? This is about getting the videos out, getting the content out so you have like 50 tests out there to get data from so you can improve upon. It's like playing a piano song 50 times. Imagine how much better you're going to be after time 50 versus trying to plink through the first time that you're playing it to play it perfectly. You'll never get there. It's only coming from experience. So get the reps in, stop with the perfectionism. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if you're making a weird face on social media. Nobody cares if you show up and your voice squeaks or whatever you think is wrong with your hair or your outfit. You care. It's called spotlight effect. You care, but the perfectionism thing, you got to kick that to the curb and instead adopt action. Okay? Action over everything. The second thing that's going to get you real stuck here is low ticket distractions. You think that if you sell a lower cost item, it's going to be easier to sell. You couldn't be more wrong. You still have to have a sales system. People don't even want to break from their $50. And so you may as well understand your value and create a program and package that actually sells value, gets an outcome, and helps you make a crap ton of money. So avoid low ticket distractions, memberships, low cost courses. All of these, they are a mirage. They're a lie. You can't make money that way. They come in much later as part of a sales system that has already been proven. But the myth is that something low ticket will sell more. It is not true. And the final thing that is going to keep you small at 250K is if you don't, you need, avoid spending hours on funnels that aren't validated. Oh, this one kills because I love a good digital marketing funnel. I eat digital marketing for breakfast. I run a digital marketing agency. At my fingertips, I have a team that could implement a video sales letter that leads to a 5-page funnel with 32 email follow-ups. Mwah! Okay? But funnels don't work. None of that works unless you forge the path ahead one-on-one, figure that out, and that's when automation comes in. Do not create a video sales letter that you have never given live before, that you never even know could convert. You're wasting time. You feel like these funnels and these ads and these sexy digital marketing tools, which I love, will be your savior from actually having to step forward, having one-on-one conversations, putting yourself out there, and actually putting yourself up for the ability to get rejected. Be okay with being rejected. Nobody cares. Okay? You're the only one that cares. They're not rejecting you. You're rejecting yourself through them. So just build your rejection calluses and watch how much better your business becomes. So that's my message for those under 250. When you hit over 250, okay, things change a little bit because now if you're hitting over 250, that means you know who your clients are. You're working with a lot of people. You have a sales system. You may not know it yet or what it is, but it's there, okay? And you're doing something that's obviously a little bit repeatable. And so that's why it's a little bit different for those individuals beyond 250K. This is what you want to be doing beyond 250. Automate repeatable tasks, okay? So getting your content out there, having that all automated, being like my customers where I interview them for 1 hour a month, and that's all they need to spend on content for their social media. You have your invite-only event going. This is a rinse and repeat masterclass that you know you're going to fill with 20 people every other week. You don't have to rewrite the script. You don't have to redo the marketing. You don't have to retitle it unless it's time. And it becomes so much easier. Hey, everybody. The second is refine your lead flow. You want to use real metrics and start making data-driven decisions, okay? What are your call booking rates? How many people are you talking to on DM? And let the data make your decisions because business is real emotional, okay? There is nothing like a good business to make a mirror of yourself and all of the things that maybe you don't want to face. And it can also help you succeed past that. And so business can be emotional. You have highs, you have lows. You have contractions, of course. You have expansions. based on the lessons that you learned in those contractions. But the key is, beyond 250, you got to take the emotion out of it and be like, this contraction expansion thing that I'm experiencing in business, it's just going to happen, and it's okay because I'm making data-driven decisions and I'm not letting my emotions get carried away in the day-to-day. And then finally, expanding your visibility. You need to be podcasting. You need to be speaking. You need to be doing strategic collaborations. You need to be on social media, really expanding your audience. And this is how you do it. You want to be getting into more rooms without burning yourself out. It's exactly what the social media sales machine is for. We help people get on stages. We help people expand their online visibility offline and then bring that online and actually produce results. Here's a couple of warnings for you. Hey, everybody, nice to see you. If you see yourself in any of these, please say yes in the comments. Would love to hear from you, okay? So here's where you're going to get in trouble. Hey, everybody on social. Nice to see you guys too. Don't scale chaos. If things are chaotic, don't scale that, okay? Most businesses can be chaos. You want to scale peace. Don't grow without tracking. Make sure you know what your numbers are, and don't assume more offers equal more income. Okay? Don't just add stuff to generate more income. You want to simplify your strategy and amplify your authority. So I promised you a 90-day plan so that you can be out having the summer sun this summer and doing the work that starts now. Okay, so first of all, if you want that reality where summer is way more easy and you're generating customers, make sure you get signed up for that social media strategy session call with me. Okay, lindseya.com/book-now, or reach out and we will get you a link. Get on that call because we will be implementing this plan on the call. Okay, so what do you need? Number one, a content strategy. What's your theme? How often are you going into? Who is your ideal client? You need a content strategy. Please sit down, plan that out. How am I going to record a month's worth, 2 weeks worth, even a week's worth of content so I can get out of posting every day? Gotta happen. Gotta have a long-term plan that also includes conversion. Second, daily engagement plan. I'm excited today. I'm excited today. Daily engagement plan. This is like your workout every day. Okay. Time block daily engagement. Go and make deposits in those relationship bank accounts and watch what happens on your social media. Who are you going to reach out to? How often are you going to reach out? What are you saying in those DMs? You can create a whole system from this and it will change your business. Third step, weekly conversion action. Do you have something you're inviting people to? Is it a strategy call? Is it an invite-only event? Now, I'd recommend that. But how are you actually going to convert and get people to take action? And then finally, amplification tracking. What numbers are you going to start watching weekly? Okay. A good place to start on this is, how many calls have you booked this week? How many calls have closed this week? And how many DMs have I started? This is a really great place to start with tracking, because I also know this is that the founders and the business owners that are here, you're the idea generators, you're the go-getters, and that numbers can be like dampening for you, for lack of a better term. But learn to love the numbers. Track it even if they're not the numbers you want. Maybe you didn't close the 100K that you wanted to close this month. Okay? That's okay. Write it down so that you know what reality is and you can start making data-driven decisions. Okay? Let's talk a little bit now. Nice to see you guys too. Okay. Let's talk a little bit now about mindset shifts for Q2 growth. Okay? What do you need to be going in? Number one, clarity over complexity. Trying to do more won't help. You want to simplify until you're clear and then scale. So what is my one social media platform? What am I DMing people? And what is my content plan? You don't need to be on all the social channels. You don't also need to do podcast guesting. You don't also need to write a book. You don't also need to have a TED Talk. Okay? Where do you want to get leads? Social media is the best place right now, and all those other things can layer on top of it. But what's going to bring you sales right now? It's generating high quality relationships on social media. Pick a platform, get your content out there, and focus on clarity over complexity. Okay? Next, consistency over perfection. Consistency on social media is so important. I cannot underline that, double underline that, triple underline that with a bold more than I am right now. Okay? Perfectionism will keep you slow. It'll keep you from posting. It'll keep you from getting the data that you need from social media. So shoot for consistency. How can I post 5 days a week, every single day, consistently? Even if I get sick, even if my kids need something, even if I have a sales call go over, I know that content is going out. There ain't no stopping it. And that's how you need to approach social media for success. And then finally, data over drama. Okay? If a post flops, nobody watches it. That's feedback. If you host an IO event and nobody gets on a sales call, great. That's some more data. If a DM goes nowhere, awesome. What can I learn from it? So don't get wrapped up in the drama that is your business and the reactions of the outer world. Instead, reframe your mindset so it's just data. Thank you for telling me that. Now I know. What can I do different? It's like falling off your bike. You would never be mad at your child, maybe you would, for falling off their bike. Okay? It's just part of it. That's just how it goes. And when you adopt these mindset shifts for quarter two, clarity, simplicity, okay? Consistency and data-driven decisions, there is no stopping you for quarter two, okay? And by the time summer comes, you will certainly be able to enjoy your time. If you're on social media and your content isn't leading to real conversions with ready to buy clients, it is time now to plug into a system that works. To take everything that I've taught you over the last 5 days and get on a call with me. If you book a call and sign up for services before Sunday, you will also get my $1,500 media placement package where we will get you featured on ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC. All you need to do is register and apply for a call right now. So that strategy session includes a full audit of your social media presence, okay, how you're going to engage with people, who your ideal client is, and a conversion strategy. So I've outlined a lot during this workshop, and big thank yous to everybody who has spent the time over the last 5 days, and a big shout out to everybody who's been watching the replays. We've seen so many people watching the replays, and I know that social media, it can be difficult, right? Like it feels like it should be easy, but I've outlined here over 5 days that it's a little complicated. There's a lot of moving parts, and to expect yourself to be a professional social media strategist, knowing how to get sales and your expertise and your profession, it's really hard to believe you can do both. There's not enough time in the day, okay? You need help with social media. Otherwise, you're going to keep guessing, you're going to keep posting like an influencer, and it's not going to work. So join me for a social media strategy session call today. Let's work through where you're at on social and how to actually start generating sales right now in 2025. So you don't have to figure this out alone. Let you and I and my team help you build your social media sales machine together. Stop relying on referrals. Stop wondering where your next customers will come from. Really start building a system that will change your business now and in the years to come. Hop on that social media strategy session. Thank you so much for joining me for all of these sessions. Don't forget the replays are available till Tuesday, and I'll see you on the social media strategy session call. Thank you so much for coming. Team, back over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Lindsey. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.